Brand new heifer. Okay, it's Monday, March 13th, and we got more snow. It's kind of like that Groundhog Day movie, just every day it snows. So we ended up with over 14 inches over 2 days. So the cows have been in the barn. We'll see, I'm gonna let them out. Hopefully they can get to the pasture. We have hay out there for them, but it's pretty drifted, so we'll have to see if they can make it through the drifts. But other than that, it's really nice out. It's nice and warm. Snow is melting on the rooftops. But yeah, I don't want to complain about the snow because it doesn't make the snow go away. Come on, girls, up, up, up. Hopefully I can get the door open. Oh yeah. Well, kind of. Might have to shovel that out a bit. Okay, this is the only shovel I could find, so it'll work. Walking on the new cement. So nice. Oh. Uh-oh. They made it out there.
Well, we got snowflakes are done falling for now, so it's time to start plowing it out again. I've got the yard down here by the barn pretty well opened up, and some of the driveways pretty good. The trouble is the days are warm enough now, like it's mid upper 30s right now, so the snow gets real sticky, so I can't really use the blower. I did go out this morning with the blower when it was colder, was able to use it some, so that worked pretty good, and I'm going to probably do that again tomorrow morning. Supposed to get down single digits, I think, actually tonight, so that snow will dry up a lot, and then I can blow it a lot better places I have a lot to get through. I think we got, I think Jen mentioned earlier in the video, we got about 14 inches, so kind of running out of places to push it, so the blower is nice for that. But also right now I got to run up. I got a neighbor, he needs to get a propane truck coming in tomorrow, so he asked if I could plow out his driveway, so we're going to run up and do that right now and see how that goes. I had plowed it out earlier this year, so it shouldn't be too bad, but we'll see what we get into. Well, here's the road we got to open up. This is just kind of a bank here that I pushed up a little bit, but right through here it's a fairly long area. I am going to try the blower. It's pretty shaded up here, so I'm hoping maybe this snow is cold enough yet that it won't plug up, but we'll give that a try first and see how it goes. If it winds up plugging too much, I'm just going to plow it, but we'll try the blower out first. got that done. The blower worked really good. I was a little nervous a couple times because it looked like it started to clog up a little when it would get where the sun was hitting, but it never plugged. So, but this stuff is really, with it this wet like this, it's really slippery. As soon as you run, if I didn't have the chains on it, I wouldn't even be able to move, but you can see it blew out a nice road there. So hopefully they got enough room to get the gas truck back in here, because hate to run out of propane this time of the year, that's for sure. Well, the old case is still ticking away, earning her keep. So we'll head home and see what's going on there. On to the next project. We're here in the milk house now. We're going to be changing the liners or the inflations in our milk units. I do this a couple times a year. It's maybe a little bit more often than I would need to, but better more often than too late on these. Just because they're pretty important. They this is what goes in, that the cow's teat goes into, and then it squeezes back and forth with the vacuum to help milk the cow out. So they're a pretty important piece. These are just basic rubber ones. They do make silicone ones that last a lot longer, but they are a lot more expensive, and for the little amount that we change them, I didn't really think it was worth it for the extra price. If you're a bigger farm where you're changing these, you know, very regularly, I can see where that would benefit. And these are a triangular liner, so they're, well, you can see it, but this part is triangular shaped here. There's round ones, there's square ones, there might even be some like octagon ones, I'm not sure, but I know there's triangle, square, and round. And I used round for a long time. I did notice with these triangle ones, it seemed like my somatic cell count was a little bit lower with these, so that's why I kind of stayed with them. But it's all, you know, on your preference and stuff. So anyway, we're going to change them. I'll show you. I've got one of the old ones out. This is a new one. And then this is what they go into here. This is just a shell. And then this little tube here, this has vacuum from your pulsator, and that's what causes this to just to squeeze down and release. So that's what we're going to do, get these changed out, and then we can get started with chores. Then they also have, you can kind of see on here, there's a little mark here, a little line, and then there's one on the top. You want to make sure when you've got them in the shell that those are lined up, so you don't want to have it, you know, so it's twisted inside of there. I should probably pop it off of here. Easier to work with. And you just pop them in there, and then there's a lip here that you got to pull through this shell, and it hooks on there, and then this folds over the top edge there. And they hold in there pretty well. Slides back on here. And then hook up our vacuum tube. Do this with the camera and need another hand. My cameraman's out doing chores. There we go. I do check these too, because these can sometimes get a crack in them. These aren't too old, but I don't change them every time. They don't have nearly the wear that the inflation does, but I want to check them, because if you get a hole in there, it's not gonna pulse right. And I usually take a screwdriver and push this lip in. I've done it with my fingers, but kind of get a sore thumb doing it, so this works a little bit better. I always try to keep a set of these spare set hanging on the wall, because I have in the past, well, these ones here I haven't, this brand, I get these through our IBA dealer, and they've been really good. I've had some other ones that they would, after time when they start getting old, they'd actually get a hole inside and then you'd get milk and water getting sucked up into your vacuum line. But I never, so far, knock on wood, I haven't had that happen with these, but there's so many different rubber compounds and stuff they use, and all makes a difference, I guess. But I've had good luck with these. Well, there, we got those done. Now I got them in the sink. Got some warm water going in there. Got some sanitizer in there. So I'm gonna fire up and run that through, let it wash, and then that project will be done and we'll move on to the next one. Well, it's a couple days later. We're back in the barn here. We've got a cow that's just starting to have a calf, so we're gonna see what's going on with that. And then we gotta go open up a new silage bag, so we'll get to that too once we get the calf situation taken care of. Also have my camera holder here today, and she's on basically just camera duty. You want to tell them what you did to your hand?
I tripped while I was milking cows, and so when I fell on the walk, I was holding the milker hanger, and so it hurt my hand and my knee pretty good.
So yeah, she's on camera duty now, so if the camera footage isn't as good as Jordan's, you guys will have to let her know in the comments. Yeah, we'll probably get some comments on this cow. Has a dock tail. That's a practice that they don't allow you to do anymore. So this cow is just, she's old enough, one, that that she does have her tail docked yet. Some of the ones that we've bought and stuff over the time have had dock tails, but this one is, how old is she now? We were just talking about it.
She was born in 2015, I think.
Okay, yeah, so she's, I think, our oldest cow milking right now, isn't she?
She might be, yeah.
So what I'm doing here now, I'm just going in to make sure that everything is positioned right with this calf. We got both front feet and the nose, which we do, and the calf is very lively. I can feel its legs pulling.
And she's been working at this for about a half hour
Yeah.
already.
And sometimes if they're working a while and don't seem to be progressing much, you could have a foot or something that's bent down, or head backwards, or sometimes even the whole calf is backwards.
Hey, Therese.
Come on, Mama. A little push. You want to put the wheelbarrow up there? That wheelbarrow kind of fits you. You both have one arm.
Thanks a lot.
Hi.
Good, Mama.
There we go. Heifer.
Woohoo!
Well, we're over here at the silage bags now. We're going to open up our second bag. We just finished the first bag off yesterday, so that lasted us pretty well. And I'm going to open it on this end because this slab that the bags are on it's on a slope, and this is the bottom end of the slope. And then what I want to do that for is we're coming into spring now, so you're going to have melting snow and rain and that kind of stuff. And if I open it up at the other end, all that stuff wants to run into the bag as it's flowing downhill. So that's what I'm going to do, is start it on this end, then you don't have to worry about that. So I got the old skid steer to move some of the snow out of the way because I got chains on there. There's a lot of ice under the snow, so this thing works a lot better for doing that. So we got to move a fence line here and clear some snow out of the way, and we can open it up and see what this stuff looks like. got it plowed out. There's not a stitch of frost in the ground. That's kind of makes it tricky plowing because you're trying not to dig a big hole in the dirt. But we got over here, so we'll open this up. I see there is a little pinhole in this bag, so hopefully that didn't cause us much spoilage. It might have even been from just now cleaning the snow off, but we'll see what it looks like. It must have just been from now. Good, that's a good thing.
Smells good.
Yeah. I want to make too big of a hole to start with.
It looks really nice.
Smells really good.
Not just a big silage sickle.
Yeah. Packed well. That bagger may not be fancy, but it sure seemed to do a good job. Bless you. I should have probably grabbed the silage fork, but.
The deer will be happy.
Oh yeah. That's part of the reason I wanted to open this bag instead of moving to the upright silo, is because if the deer don't have anything out here, they'll just tear a hole in this bag. So I figured I might as well open it up and feed out of here. It's actually, I think, probably better to feed out of that silo in the summer anyway. It's a bigger surface, that's 12 foot and this is 8, but with the unloader you're taking it off all even, so I think you get a lot less spoilage, because with the bag, when you go in with the skid steer, you're loosening up a lot and getting more air in it. The silo, I think, might be a little bit better option for the summertime. So I got this shirt in the mail from Brandon Hode from New York, and this is from the Upstate Niagara Cooperative. That's his milk, where his milk goes. He's a dairy farmer. And he sent it with a letter, and he's challenging all the dairy farmers out there who watch our channel to do the same thing, to try to fill up my dresser drawer with a shirt from their milk company or co-op or whatever, wherever you ship your milk. And whenever I get one, I'll show it on the channel so I don't get like a bunch of them from the same place. But and if you want to accept his challenge, we'll have our P.O. box number listed down below the video.